Day trading has completely changed my life forever. I started 7 years ago and I was down over $40,000 in debt from losing so much money consistently. And over these last 7 years, I have transformed into the best possible version of myself. I've transformed my income. You guys have seen me actually make $50,000 live in 1 month trading, and I've done it all. I've shown you guys all of my withdrawals, everything. I've moved to Florida and have this beautiful view behind me of the bay and my own pool with waterfalls in the background, all of this stuff. I have had my life entirely changed. Entirely. And this video is not meant to be flashy. It's not meant to be anything like that. It's meant to speak directly to you because there were maybe 7 or 8 moments throughout my trading career where I just wanted to quit. I quite literally remember saying it to not only myself, but my girlfriend, my mother. Like I would tell everybody, yo, I can't do this. I want to quit. Whether it's because I had a huge, $10,000 loss that day or I had blown an account, like I wanted to quit. And this video is to speak directly to you. I never want you to quit. I never want you to give up. Instead, you need to do something different. The question is, what is it that you need to do differently, right? What did I do to take myself from $40,000 in debt to completely restructure the whole way that I have become a trader, right? It's night and day difference of what I did before and what I've done now. And so that's what we're going to break down in this video. I kind of wanted to speak directly to you because we do all this flashy stuff. We do all this YouTube tutorial kind of style videos. And it's like, I want you to be successful. So I'm going to just speak directly to you. That's what I think is going to work the best. That's what I think is going to change your life. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to give you the whole game plan of everything that I did to go from not knowing what I was doing 7 years ago to losing $40,000 and revamping the entire way that I see trading, the entire way that I see the markets. So story time. In the very beginning of my trading, I did not have any structure, right? I would go to, I'm sure some of you guys know what this is, but I would go to Wall Street Bets, which is a Reddit server. Is that what they call it? I would look at these picks that people would put out. They would say, oh, you need to go buy this now. You need to go buy this now. You need to sell this now. And I would just follow that. That was my day trading in the beginning of my career. It was literally 7 years ago. I had no idea what I was doing. I think I was a freshman in college. So yeah, it was a tough time for sure. And it never worked for me, right? Except for my very first trade. And so my very first trade, I had made a lot of money, over $1,000. This was a lot of money for me at the time because I was just starting out. And so after making $1,000 in a day, trading with Wall Street Bets, I thought I was absolutely the king of trading. And so I went from there and I continued following Wall Street Bets, and this ended up making me go down a dark rabbit hole of trying to catch positions based on what people were telling me to do. And it just never worked. It never worked. And so I had to switch, I had to shift, right? And this is where I dropped Wall Street Bets and went on my own and tried to figure everything out by myself. Now, there's a couple things that I did that I want you to avoid in your entire journey. One was I joined signal groups. Everybody goes through this, most likely. Everybody who's a trader goes through this. I even had a signal group at one time that I ran, and I actually stopped running that because I was like, I think these don't work. I'll be 100% honest. It's really hard to imagine that a signal group is actually functional. So don't join them, right? I joined one and I had started off by trying to learn the strategy, learn the system that was going to make me successful, right? Instead, I was just trying to follow other people's positions. And at the end of the day, that doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You can't just join somebody's positions and make money in the long term, right? You will almost always lag behind, or you will almost always fail when you are trying to join in on these guys' positions and actually make something work for yourself. It doesn't work. That was the first thing I tried to do, right? The second, after I failed that, I went to trying to make money on my own as a day trader. And I ended up doing a couple things that I really regret. The first was I was sizing up significantly heavier than I was supposed to before I was ever even profitable, right? If you're trading right now and you have a job, most likely you are in your 30s, right? This is people that watch my channel. They're usually in their 20s, 30s, or 40s. There's a couple people who are in their 50s or 60s, but most people are in their 30s, 40s, that range, that have a full-time job, that are trying to quit that full-time job. If that's you, and you are like, you're a high income earner, you have this already inside income, don't get rid of it. This is the first thing I did. I dropped everything and I went straight into trading. While I say that that can work, right? Pushing your back against the wall, it depends on the type of person that you are. Because for me, it did not work for me, right? Technically it did because I'm here, but it didn't work for me because I lost over $30,000 trying to do that. And the reason why is simply because I kept trying to force myself to become this person, to become this disciplined trader, because I wanted to make more money, right? I wanted to keep making money, keep making money, that's all I wanted to do was make money. And so because of that, I forced myself into this category of chasing at all times, and it did not work. So I really highly advise against, quitting your job and trying to just make it as a trader. Like, what I would do instead is what I ended up doing after I lost 30. I finally took the pivot. This was in year 4, right? Year 3, year 4. I took the pivot of going from trading on my own to actually having a mentor, right? And so I signed up with 2 different mentors at the time. One, I ended up paying a little bit over $2,000 for, which did not give me much info, but it kind of helped guide me the right way to what style I wanted to trade. And then the other one I paid over $15,000 for. So there's a huge jump, right? And one thing that I will say, one thing that I do want you to understand is that you don't have to pay the same amount that I did, right? But I knew for a fact that I wanted to skip past the learning curve. That's all I knew, is that I wanted to be successful. I had already quit my job. And so I wanted to skip the learning curve and become successful faster. So the way that I thought to do that was by just, paying as much money as possible to learn from the best people possible. People that really do this, people that show their results, right? For example, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but myself, right? Like, I show withdrawals. I show money going into my bank. I show my live trades. So if you're going to buy something from someone, don't go with these people who don't show anything. You'd have to go with somebody that actually does what they say they do and can teach you what they say they do. I'm just putting that out there so that way when you're going into these next steps of, who should I learn from? I would do your research on them. And if you want to learn from me, I've taught a lot of people one-on-one. Link in the description if you're interested. But remember, do your research on me first. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to be a good fit for me right away because I don't want your money, right? And so I ended up joining these mentorship programs. And this is where my trading completely flipped, because I learned that not only is trading about having accountability for yourself, but someone else having accountability in you. Because think about hedge fund traders, right? Think about the people who are doing this professionally. The people that are doing this professionally have bosses, right? They have the people that manage the floor. And so those people that manage the floor are watching over them at all times. Also, they're managing millions and millions of dollars of capital, sometimes billions of dollars of capital. And so the thing you really don't want to do if that's the case is you really don't want to blow somebody else's money. You also don't want a actual manager over your neck at all times telling you that you're doing a bad job. So that accountability that comes from other people is the way that you push yourself into success. And that's what happened with me. I had my mentor that I paid over $15,000 to learn from. He was over me. And I was genuinely every single day, like, I can't just lose these positions and blow accounts anymore because I've got a person watching me, right? I have a person that's watching every single move that I do. And so that helped me a lot and actually forced me to do the right things. So that's the thing that started getting me to shift my ideas. Now, over time, I started dropping size. I started trading from a different angle and trading from a different mindset, which was not that I need to force myself to make money. I need to chase and make money. But the angle was then I need to become the best version of myself and the best trader that I can possibly be. That's exactly where everything shifted for me. I no longer was thinking like, oh, I got to make $1,000 a day and then I'll be successful. It's like, dude, I didn't make $1,000 a day before. So why would making $1,000 a day now mean that I'm successful? What is success to me is having consistency over long periods of time. That's success, right? Like, success needs to mean something different to you other than just making money. And once it does, your entire brain, your entire psychology will shift and you will start to treat trading differently. And so once that happens, then what you can do is start dropping your size and start trading your plan, right? Actually creating a plan and trading that plan every single day. Then you will start to get very, very successful very quickly because you'll start to understand, I don't have to do this. I don't have to go rogue. You can just trade like normal every day. And so those are the things that helped me a lot when starting to trade. Even if you're taking a look at my students right here, for example, like I have one-on-one students that I trade with every single day that are making, $3,000 a day. This was my $10,000 certificate that I had the other day, but $500 a day, $5,000 a day, 1.6K a day, $600 a day, right? These students that are doing this, they're not just making money every single day because they're like brute forcing it, right? I work with them one-on-one personally, and I restructure the entire way that they think about the market. So they're no longer forced to just do this on their own. They're no longer forced to just go down the same route over and over and over again. And instead, take a look. I have tracked every single number that they do. And this is the reason why they see success, is because now I can see everything that you're doing. I can see your screenshots. I can see why you're taking the positions you are, right? Find a mentor that does this. Find a mentor that does this. They don't exist. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. But if it exists, right, this is what you want. You want somebody to track all of your numbers for you and actually help you along the way to boost you forward. And that's what I do for people. If you're interested in working with me, like I said, first link in the description, you can just apply to work with me. And if you're a good fit, then we'll actually have you signed up and you can work with me directly every single day. I do live trade and everything with you. So I live trade, I work with you one-on-one, I do all that stuff. But this is not supposed to be a self-promo thing. But that's the thing. It's like, I want you to understand, once you shift this, it's so easy to flip. It's so easy to flip your own mindset. It's so easy to flip your own, like, I can't even explain it. Your own intuition, your own identity as a trader. That's the word I was looking for, was identity. It's so easy to shift your own identity as a trader once you understand that you're doing this from a different perspective than you were before. And so that's exactly what I did. So it's a bit of a psychological video, not very much strategy, but I want you to stick with this. Write something down on a piece of paper. I don't do this for money, right? I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing this for the money. Write down, I'm doing this because I want to be the best version of myself. Write that down right now. I kid you not, on a piece of paper, and comment if you did write it down. And those of you who commented that you wrote that down, I'm going to give away a $50,000 account to one of you guys. Literally, in the next video, I will give away a $50,000 account because this is so important. It's so important. This video was not a strategy video, but if you're interested in strategy videos, here's a playlist of strategy videos that actually goes over my entire trading strategies, popping up on the screen right now. So guys, I hope to see you having success. See y'all tomorrow.